Hello.
Hello. This feels really strange.
Dream come true for me there.
Welcome
Is it?
to
It's a
Morning
strange dream for me.
Twinned with Blue Peter. We've got a Blue Peter twist today.
We do. We've got a very exciting day today. As you can see, we are joined by Blue Peter legend Sarah Greene.
Thank you very much.
Do you know each other?
We might know each other.
It rings a bell. It'll
We
come
may
back
have just
during
had
the
a
morning,
very,
I'm sure.
very lengthy hug, that's for sure. The reason Sarah is here today is to help us uncover a piece of history. During recent building work at Television Centre, builders found a Blue Peter time capsule which was buried 41 years ago.
How amazing.
You didn't have to say that. You didn't have to say that it was 41
It
years
is
ago.
so amazing. But today, so 41 years ago, buried under the ground, and today we get to see what treasure lies inside.
Sarah was presenting on the day the capsule was buried in March 1981. Do you remember it being buried?
I do. It was a very cold day in March, and yes, I can't remember exactly what was in there though. Honestly, so it's going to be almost as much of a surprise for me as it is for you.
We can give you some sort of a reminder here.
Really?
You'd like to know. Let's have a look at that day.
It seems that a lot of people like the idea of burying important records in a sealed box, including the Class 8L of Samuel Lucas School in Hitchin. They wrote to say they'd like to bury the records they'd made about what life is like in the 1980s in the new car park that's being built at Television Centre, just near the Blue Peter office.
Now, Suzanne, can you put your lock on? Lower away. Let me give you a hand with that one. And the next job is to put a huge concrete slab into place. And the plaque is a beautiful work of art. It says Blue Peter 1980s box. Beneath this ramp lies a record of life in Britain in the 1980s.
That was buried just as they were building the car park. Now,
Yes.
41 years later, that car park's no longer there because they're building sort of apartments and flats and stuff. And this was unearthed. Looks a little bit different now. Look at that.
Smells a bit musty.
It's quite amazing.
It does.
It's
I sort of smell it now. But that plaque, you know, they screwed that plaque
Yeah.
on. It got nicked. So even if something is screwed down, it still gets nicked.
still gets- does it?
Well, we
From
can't
Television Centre.
we can't open this.
can
We
we-
have to have Richard. Now, Richard's been waiting for 41 years because his job
Hello,
is
Richard.
actually to open time
might
capsule
stand back
buried by
You
Blue
are
Peter.
probably one of the kids who's
Yeah.
there. So let's stand back because it probably is a bit.
Are you just going to
grippy.
smash this to bits?
Best not. I'll try and lever it open. I don't think it will take much, so let's give it a go.
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. I feel like metal's going to fly off, and if a spider comes out of there, oh, look.
Oh my God.
I don't think you.
Sorry.
I don't think you need to see.
Well, look.
Oh my
that.
Lord! Perhaps we should have wrapped things up a
It
little more.
Did one of the Blue Peter
Thoroughly.
dogs put something
Well,
inside?
I'm not getting close enough to smell that. But
Do you know what? I reckon it's wrapped in
projects.
plastic, and I reckon under there might be something salvageable. So we'll have a little rummage.
We're going to find out properly a little bit later on, aren't we?
So
Richard,
this
thank
is
you very
this
much.
is a very
Thank you very
important
much for
lesson
opening
to
the
anyone
box.
who is actually. Thank you, Richard. We'll see you in 41 years because we're gonna put another one down there now.
But there is a film spool under there, isn't there? And
It's
that was all
fantastic.
about, I think, the building of the car park, the original one.
Am I right in saying that, and our team here will know, isn't old
Yes, it
film
is.
quite explosive?
Yeah. What? So stand right back. because
Oxide
it's about
film.
to
here.
bubble up
Yeah.
in a Doctor Who type way.
Nitrate. It's
Yes.
nitrate. So to handle it with care.
But there are projects in there that were done by kids, I do remember now.
Well, you might have to remind us of all of
I
that,
will.
because we may not be
I'll
able to
talk
judge
you
for
through it.
ourselves, Sarah. But thank
What a
you.
state.
Good luck with that. You better get your marigolds on and have a good old root
you
around.
bet. And my hazmat suit.
Very good. And then you're going outside a little bit later on because
Yes.
you're going to,
We're going to bury it all again.
but not that.
But not that, a
And
brand new
brand new
one.
one.
in
Yes.
lots of waterproof material.
In lots of very safe material. Yeah,
Good.
That's what we'll be doing.
So we'll get some of those items cleaned up so we can have a closer look at them later on in the show if there is anything there that can be
Yeah,
salvaged.
we're feeling quite nostalgic today. We had a little look back at what was going on in 1981. Firstly, it was the year I was born.
Yeah?
Stop.
Charles and Diana got married.
Stop.
Yeah, I was a bookings clerk at the BBC and then moved to New Zealand.
Did you?
Yeah.
I met Mike Smith 3 days after that.
Did
was very-
you? No
way.
We had not met at that stage. Yes, it was the very first London Marathon.
First London Marathon,
Yeah,
yeah. So
that
quite a
year.
lot happening. I
Yes.
think
I know
Shaker
your
Stevens
face.
was #1. This old house, this was #1 at the time. What a tune. What a year it was.
Good year.
Good year.
It was a good year.
Ah, bless you. Well, we'd like to know what you were doing in 1981, or perhaps you've unearthed a piece of history when you were clearing out your attic, or maybe you've dug something up in the garden. So do get in touch, and we'll read some of them out later on in the show.
That's really whiffy, isn't it?
Good luck.
It really is.
Very,
I'm not
very
breathing
whiffy.
properly, actually, in the moment.
I've actually
I'm
touched
doing
it.
that, not smelling.
I think
breathing,
it's,
you
only,
know.
it's rust and age and...
No, that's me.
Oh, Sarah.
No, I understand that you're going to bury things in this box
Yes.
later on to
Yes.
go down there. And I'm not going to... All that stuff you asked me to bury, I'm not burying.
Oh,
OK?
no,
Okay,
I
all
think
right,
a
fair
script
enough.
and some nice signed pictures
I
would
got
be
a
much
whole load
more
of special
appropriate.
stuff, you know, that I want to get shot
know
of.
you do.
We've got a script. We've got our mugs that we use that are on the front of the set here as well. They are going in, and that's it, isn't it? Mugs, signed pictures, and bits and bobs. We'll see what else we can.
that sort of stuff.
Yeah, stick around too long. We might put. Yeah, Steve
Might
Wilson
get
might
in
go in there.
Right, thank you very much indeed. We'll see you a little bit later, Sarah.